Om Sai Ram. Om Sri Radha Krishna ki Jai. Welcome back to all the viewers, those who are watching our channel. Today, I am going to read Prema ratna Sri Radha Krishna Ayee, Chapter 2. Some insights into Radha Krishna Ayee's early life. As we know from several sources, Shirdi was a small village till 1905. Initially, the presence of masjid where Baba stayed were cleaned by Baba himself. Later, this work was taken up by Sri Navaskar, who used to sweep the streets of Shirdi. In particular, whenever Baba walked. Subsequently, this task was continued by Sundarabai, a young Brahmin widow who came to Shirdi from Pandaripura in 1905 or 1907, due to the promptings of Sri Nana Chandorkar, who knew her as a young girl staying with her grandfather in Ahmednagar. Nana was a friend of her grandfather. Later, Nana Sahib came to know that Sundarabai lost her husband at a young age and that she learnt music, dance, painting and other fine arts. She also learned Purnas and Shastras from her grandfather. She overcame her sorrow of losing her husband by reading Eknath Bhagavata, Jnaneshwari and many other religious books. Nana also heard from common friends that after she lost her grandfather, she was staying alone at Pandaripura. As gleaned from the book Radha Krishna Mahi by Kotaru, Sri Satyanarayana Rao, when Sundarabai was born, her mother, Maushibai, felt that a divine personage was born in human form as this child, to get released from her curse. As an 8-day-old, she used to go to the temple of Vittala regularly. People who listened to her rendering of Abhangas were spellbound by her sweet voice. She got married at a very early age. As per the family tradition, she was asked to offer coins on to the both hands of the family priest. It was believed that by doing so, the married life of the bride would last as many years as the number of coins donated. Sundarabai held back 2 coins in between her fingers and donated the rest. The family was upset by this act, but Sundarabai was not. When her husband passed away, merely 4 days after the marriage, she took it as divine will and was not unduly upset. However, her in-laws did not take kindly to her worship of Vittala, her singing of Abhangas and participation in other religious activities. Her moments of ecstasy were thought to be the moods of madness. As a result, she returned to her parents. She spent her time in the service of God and in solitude. She often talked to herself, was immersed in her own world, and meditated for long hours with half-open eyes. Seeing this, her mother made her study the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and Bhagavad in depth. The girl also read the lives of great saints and imbibed their spirit of freedom. She longed to fly free like a bird released from a cage. She expressed a desire to become sannyasin, but her mother objected. To test her physical and moral strength, she even decided to travel around as a mendicant on her own. By divine will, food and travel expenses got arranged miraculously without any difficulties. She traveled to many holy places, meeting several yogis and sadhus on the way, helped her to learn many spiritual secrets of yogic feats. She returned to home with a divine clue, which made her mother and others believe that she was immensely blessed with divine grace. The priest of the Vittala temple did not approve of Sundarabai's conduct, especially the travels she undertook on her own. They could not gauge the spiritual heights she had scaled. Out of cusedness, they did not allow Palaki procession of Vittala to stop in front of her house. She appealed to Nana Sahib, the then Tahsildar of Pandaripura, to intervene. But the priest did not relent. As per the narration of Srimati Anaga, a 3rd generation relative of Ayee, in an interview given to the Global Sai Satsang, Ayee was born to Ganesh and Venutai Shitsagar. She said that Ayee's mother was very learned and conducted Bhagavata Saptas at the temple. She was a great influence in Ayee's life, as Ayee learned all the important scriptures from her. Ayee greatly adored and worshipped the brass vigraha of Lord Sri Krishna presented to her by her mother at the time of her wedding. I had a mellifluous voice and sang abhangas and bhajanas with great devotion. Seeing a spiritual inclination, her family took her to the Kanya Gurukulam of Upasani Baba at Sakori, where she spent some time before going to Shirdi. Her kutir included a bed and a raised platform where the idol of Lord Krishna was kept with two photos of Baba on the either side. Nana Sahib, being highly impressed with her deep devotion to Vitala and convinced of her divinity, suggested that she be guided by his guru, Sri Sai Baba of Shirdi. In 1905, he took her to Shirdi. After reaching Shirdi and having the darshan of Baba, Sundarabai realized that Vitala himself had staged the drama of the anger of the priest and led her to her guru. After the darshan, Baba asked her to stay in Shala, which was once a house stable according to some. She grew tulsi plants around it and named it Brindavana. Let's see the rest of the part in our next video. Om Sai Ram, Om Sri Radha Krishna Mahitayi ki Jai.